As you grow up, you are told to be a good citizen and to be an upstander, to be someone who stands up for others and themselves. Recently, my fellow junior classmates and I were assigned a history project. Write a story on someone who exemplifies being an upstander and not a bystander. This is a story of a person we all know. I feel like her story should be told once again, so other generations do not forget who she was and how they can be what they want or do what they want if they put their minds to it. So once again, here is a story of an African American who refused to let a white person take her seat, Rosa Parks. It was a cold Thursday on December 1st, 1955. The air smelt of snow and the pavement was wet from the moisture in the air. The sky was covered in dark gray clouds. Rosa Parks had gotten off work at the Montgomery Fair department store, where she was a seamstress. It was around 6 p.m., and she had boarded the Cleveland Avenue bus to go home to her husband. She walked past the first 10 seats that were reserved for whites only, like she was supposed to do, before she sat down. As the bus drove, she watched out the window at the people and places passing by. She watched the people who had gotten onto the bus. The first two of the stops were okay, not too many white people for her to worry about moving, but the third stop, at the Empire Theater, had many people ready to board the bus. Most of them were white. They filled the reserved seats up, and the bus driver, James Blake, had said to the blacks, "You better make it light on yourselves and let me have those seats." They all moved except for four. Rosa Parks and three others didn't want to move. Rosa was tired of being treated like garbage. She was tired of being pushed around and tired of segregation. She knew what would happen if she didn't move, but she didn't care. She sat there while the others gave in and moved for Mr. Blake. Mr. Blake asked, "Are you going to move?" Rosa Parks lifted her head with pride and said in an even tone, "I am not." James moved away from her and got onto the radio with his supervisor, and all Rosa could hear was him saying, "Yes, I warned her." She saw Mr. Blake coming back towards her, and he said to her, "If you do not move, I will have you arrested." For a moment it was silent. You could hear everyone breathing and feel the anticipation in the air. And then Rosa said, "You may do that." James walked away from her for the second time and got onto the radio. But this time she couldn't hear what was being said. The next moment she heard sirens in the background and could see the bright flashing red and blue lights coming towards the bus. Mr. Blake exited the bus and began speaking to a police officer. After a few minutes or so, they came onto the bus. The police officer came up to Rosa and asked, "Did the bus driver ask you to stand?" Rosa said, "Yes." The police officer wanted to know what happened, so Rosa told him, and when she was done, she said, "I don't think I should have to stand up." Before the police officer said anything else, she asked, "Why did they push us around?" For a moment's hesitation, the police officer didn't know what to say. Finally he said, "I don't know, but the law is the law, and you are under arrest." They arrested Rosa and took her off the bus.